Once upon a time, in a magical land where the stars sparkled like diamonds and the moon shone brighter than a lantern, there was a small village called Nurabad. The villagers of Nurabad were kind-hearted and loved celebrating the holy month of Ramadan. They would fast during the day, pray together, and share delicious meals at sunset. But what made Nurabad truly special was a magical tradition. Every year, the Moonlight Feast would appear on the night of Laylat al-Qadr, the night of power. The story began with a little girl named Amina. Amina was curious and full of wonder. She loved listening to her grandmother's stories about the Moonlight Feast. "Grandma, what is the Moonlight Feast?" Amina asked one evening as they sat under the starry sky. Her grandmother smiled and said, "Long ago, when our village was first founded, a kind fairy visited us during Ramadan. She saw how much love and kindness the villagers had for one another and decided to bless us. Every year, on the holiest night of Ramadan, a magical feast appears in the forest clearing. The food is delicious, the lanterns glow without fire, and the air is filled with the sweet scent of roses. But only those with pure hearts can find it." Amina's eyes widened with excitement. "Can we find it this year, Grandma?" Her grandmother chuckled. "Perhaps, my dear, but remember, the path to the Moonlight Feast is not easy. It requires patience, kindness, and a true love for Ramadan." As the days passed, Amina prepared for the special night. She helped her mother cook meals for the poor, shared her toys with her friends, and prayed with all her heart. She even saved her favorite candy to give to someone in need. The villagers noticed Amina's kindness and smiled, knowing she had a pure heart. Finally, the night of Laylat al-Qadr arrived. The moon was full, and the stars twinkled like tiny lanterns. Amina put on her favorite dress, tied a small lantern to her belt, and set off into the forest. The path was dark, but Amina's lantern glowed brightly, guiding her way. As she walked deeper into the forest, she heard a soft cry. She followed the sound and found a tiny bird with a hurt wing. "Don't worry, little one," Amina said gently. She carefully picked up the bird, wrapped it in her scarf, and placed it in a safe spot. "I'll come back to check on you tomorrow," she promised. Further along the path, Amina met an old woman carrying a heavy basket. "Can I help you, Grandma?" Amina asked. The old woman smiled and handed her the basket. Amina carried it all the way to the woman's cottage, even though it made her arms tired. Finally, Amina reached the forest clearing. To her amazement, it was filled with glowing lanterns, colorful carpets, and tables overflowing with delicious food. There were dates, samosas, fruit salads, and sweet treats like kunafa and baklava. The air smelled of roses and honey, and soft music played in the background. Amina's heart leaped with joy. She had found the Moonlight Feast. As she stepped into the clearing, the kind fairy appeared. She had shimmering wings and a crown of stars. "Welcome, Amina," the fairy said. "Your kindness and pure heart have led you here. This feast is a gift for you and your village." Amina clapped her hands in delight. "Thank you, fairy, but can I share this feast with everyone in Nurabad?" The fairy smiled. "Of course, my dear. That is the true spirit of Ramadan." With a wave of her wand, the fairy made the feast even grander. The villagers of Nurabad followed the glowing lanterns to the clearing and joined Amina in celebrating. They ate, laughed, and prayed together, grateful for the blessings of Ramadan. From that day on, Amina became known as the girl who found the Moonlight Feast. But more importantly, she taught everyone that the magic of Ramadan lies in kindness, sharing, and having a pure heart. Moral of the story: Amina's adventure teaches us that Ramadan is not just about fasting and feasting, but also about being kind, helping others, and having a pure heart. The true magic of Ramadan lies in the love and generosity we show to those around us. And sometimes, the greatest rewards come to those who care for others selflessly.